Welcome to Dead Man Talking. Tonight's story is again sent in by a subscriber who wishes to remain anonymous, and I've been talking with this subscriber for the past week or so. Very strange encounter, guys. I'm sure there will be a lot of comments and questions down below in the comments section. Let me know what you think. This is the first of its type that I have received here at the channel, so I'm very interested to see what you all think. I'm quite caught up between a humanoid of some sort, and then there is some Dogman traits. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. But also, please do like and share. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's subscriber submitted story. I'd like to entitle, Where is its face? Let's get straight into that. Hi DMT. I'm going to tell you about an encounter I had last October when I was back visiting family and friends in Kentucky. This was not my first encounter, as I grew up in eastern Kentucky. As I stated before, this is a very far out encounter, but I can swear that every word you're about to read is true. It was mid-October in eastern Kentucky, and I was going with a dear friend to his aunt's house at 5 AM to pick her up and take her to her daughter's home because she was ill. Neither her nor her daughter could drive, so he volunteered to help and then asked me to go along for the company, as it was extremely far from town where he lived. I was staying in a hotel in town, so he swung by, picked me up, and off we went. It was still very dark and the stars were out. We had to drive approximately 65 miles out of town and take several small back roads to reach the aunt's home. We were getting close and coming close to a sharp fork in the road. Two high mast lights, we call these pole lights in the country, had been erected there because so many vehicle accidents had occurred there. Approximately 1/2 of a mile before the fork, there were two homes very close together. The yards around these houses were well lit due to the mast lights and the homeowner's own outside lights, and that had been put up. This is where we saw it. My friend slowed the truck, and I had no idea why. As I was listening to the radio and looking up at the stars, the truck stops, and my friend says, "Look at that." I look over, and between the two houses was an extremely large white dog looking thing. It was sitting up on its haunches, but it had one leg bent up and the paw was laying on its chest. The best way to describe this was it had its paw or hand like we put our hands on our heart when we sing the national anthem. It played here in the US. As played here in the US. The paw was huge and there was webbing between the toes. Yes, webbing. And it had long, sharp claws. This is what I was staring at when my friend asked, "Where's its face?" My eyes immediately moved to its head, and there is no face, only a black oval shape where the face should be. To me, it was like looking at water at night. It looked dark and shiny, but you couldn't see anything else. I was in total, utter shock. My brain screamed, "This should not be here, it doesn't belong." I kept staring at it, and then the ears caught my attention. They were very large and pointed, sitting up on the sides of its head. We continued to stare at this thing for at least 5, possibly 7 minutes, and then my friend screamed, "We've got to get out of here." But he did not slam his foot down on the accelerator. Instead, he eased the truck along slowly. We got to the fork and made our turn, and then he stepped down on the gas. He asked me if I knew what it was, and all I could do was shake my head. We were both shaking, and when we made it to his aunt's house, about 20 minutes later, neither one of us wanted to get out the truck. I could not even open my door. He had to do it for me. We went inside. She was ready to go, but when she saw us, she asked what on earth was wrong. He stammered and lied, saying we'd almost hit a deer. She accepted his answer, and back to the truck we went. We took her down the road to her daughter's house, but then we had to come back, and there was only one road, which meant we had to drive by that same spot again. Neither one of us wanted to go, but we had to. My friend had a cross necklace hanging from his truck mirror, a present from his mum to keep him safe, she said. As we got close to the fork again, my friend stopped the truck. He took the necklace from the mirror, handed it to me, and told me to put it on. I looked at him, and I will never forget what he said. That thing is evil, and not from this world. The cross will protect you. I nodded and put it on, and we slowly drove on. We got to the fork, made our turn and drove. When we got to the spot, we both looked and saw nothing. Whatever it was gone. I looked all around us as he drove, but we never saw it again. Once back in town, we went to the diner to get coffee and just talk about what had happened. We described it the same way except for a few things. I saw the face as black, shiny, and I could not see inside. My friend also saw the black oval, but he said he could make out things moving inside, but he could not say what they were. I did not see any movement at all from this thing. My friend, though, said the ears were twitching constantly, and the head tilted to the side at least twice while he was looking at it. He asked what I felt and thought while looking at it. I replied, I was scared, and in my mind I did not want to think it belonged there. I felt like it was evil and could hurt us. He also felt the fear, and in his head he kept thinking about the turn up ahead, that many people had wrecked and died there, and that he would not make the turn this morning. That was why he didn't hit the gas, he said. He went slow to make sure he did not even have the accident. We both agreed not to tell this to anyone, and then he dropped me off at my hotel, and he went home. The next day we spoke, and the both of us had nightmares about the thing. I still continue to have them to this day, and does he. Having written this, I know they will come back tonight. Maybe that is why I put off writing it out this week. This is the first time I have told this story, but I have never forgotten it. He has told his wife, but no one else. I have tried finding other encounters online with anything close to this creature, but I have been unsuccessful. So yeah, that is my encounter. Please email me with any questions you have. I look forward to hearing from you. All the best, Anonymous. Wow. Thank you so much for sending that in. Let me know what you think down below, guys, in the comments. Please do let me know what you think. I'm a bit mystified. There's some very interesting descriptions there in that story. It must have been a terrible experience. Of course, please do like and share. And remember, guys, keep your eyes on the road. And above all, be safe, not sorry.